Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a tutorial from start to finish on how I do my brows. First, I'm going to show you how I trim them, and then I will show you how I fill them in. So let's get started. Alright, so this is what my brow looks like after I groom it. It does get a little red from the shaving, but it goes away after about like an hour or so maybe. And then this is what it looks like before I groom, when I let it grow out for about a couple days, almost a week. So there's what that looks like. And then this is what I use to shave my brows. It's just one of those eyebrow shavers. You can get a pack of 3 at Walmart for like $5 maybe. So what I do, I don't trim the inside too much, so I just get those couple little hairs there. And then I actually grow a little bit of hair right here, so you can't really see it, but when I wear makeup it tends to cling to it a little bit, even if it is just peach fuzz. So get all that off. I also have peach fuzz right here. So that looks good. I wipe off the blade frequently, and it goes all the way over to here. And the hairs kind of grow in almost all different directions, so I usually have to go against it, otherwise it won't really work. And I kind of do it at like a maybe 45-degree angle. I don't go like this, and I don't go like that. I do it about a 45-degree angle to my skin, and I just do this lightly. It doesn't hurt at all, and it doesn't pluck the hairs out. It just gets a really close shave. And I make sure to get those little tiny hairs. I usually have about 1 or 2, and I just make sure to pull up high and just grab them, just because I like to have a really clean brow. My sparse brows are hereditary, so that's why I just trim these parts, just because it makes it a lot easier. And this brow is larger because I have a scar over here from a chicken pox, so that's why it is shorter than this one. And then afterwards I always make sure to kind of just moisturize them a little bit, so that I don't get any like laser burn or anything like that. And then after that I apply my face makeup, and then we will get to filling in the brows. Alright, so what I do first is make sure that I have a clean brush. I don't want any product on the brush from my last use, so I make sure to clean it off. The brush that I'm using is actually the Tokidoki angled brush. It's pretty small. You can only get this on like eBay or Amazon now, because it was like limited edition from a long time ago. So if you can still find it, I would definitely recommend this eye brush trio. You do want to use a really small angled brush. You don't really want to be using something that's like ginormous like this. I've also heard that the Anastasia one is really good. So what I do first is just take my brow powder, and this is the Maybelline Brush On Color in Dark Brown. You could use any eyeshadow that you wanted. This I just found was a good color and it was for a good price and easy to find. So I am just going to tap a little bit of this onto my brush, and then I am just going to start kind of feathering the inner part inwards. And I just use the brow powder on the inner part because I don't want my whole brows to be the same color and opacity. I want my brows to get lighter as they go in. And I don't really like to make a sharp kind of square edge to my brows, but you can if you want to. I just like to have them more rounded so it looks a little bit more natural. But if you like the squared off look, that's totally fine. So that's usually where I end up stopping the brow. Usually I will either have it towards the end of my nostril or the inner side or in between. Usually I do in between, and then I just do the other side. I just make sure to fill in any gaps because when I go like this, you can really see the gaps, so I do that to make it a little bit easier and make sure I fill in all the gaps. Because I do that a lot. I make a lot of eyebrow movements and expressions. At least that's what I see in my videos sometimes. Alright, so they look about even. This eyebrow tends to go up and stay up, so they sometimes look not even, but they look even to me in the mirror, so if one is a little bit off, then you can go back and fix it, but yeah. So I'm done with the powder. And then I'm going to take the NYX eyebrow gel. This is waterproof in the color brunette. They have a couple different shades. They also have a little pot of like colored pomade that I have not tried, but I have heard really good things about. You could also use a pencil or even a really pigmented brow powder if you could find one that is a nice shade, but for this tutorial I'm using a gel. Now you can either put this on the back of your hand or on a washable surface. I'm just putting this on the top of a clean Bath & Body Works candle lid. I also use it to put foundation on. So there it is right there. I am just taking a tiny bit on my brush. You do not need a lot of this. I always squirt out too much. So I'm just kind of brushing it in, and make sure that you blend it in with your eyebrow hairs. You don't want like a harsh line of where the product is and where your hairs are. And this stuff you can make it like you can make it as dark or light as you want when you layer it. And if you want to be precise with this and you have shaky hands like I do sometimes, you can see that my hand is shaking a little bit. I just took my meds and that's what happens. You can just rest your elbow on the table if you have a table. I find that helps a lot. And if you hold your breath while you are doing this, or eyeliner, that can also help a lot. So I'm almost done with this brow. Just want to make little finishing touches. And since this is a gel, it does hold your hair into place. So you usually don't need to use an eyebrow gel, like a clear gel with this, but you can if you want to. And see how I'm kind of blending that in with the hair so I don't get a straight line. So there is the finished brow. Sometimes I do a little bit more of an arch, other times I don't. It's just my mood. So what I also want to show you is that your arch should be from the corner of your nose to the outside of your iris. It doesn't have to be that way, but that's just, you know, a general rule of thumb if you're new to brows and you want to find a nice brow shape. So that's about where my arch is, and then you want the tail to be from the corner of your nose to the edge of your eye. You see, mine is a little bit short, so if I wanted to extend that tail a little bit to kind of follow the guidelines, I could, but I don't have to. So that is that eyebrow done. You can dust a powder on top if you want to. I normally don't. I just leave it because it stays pretty well for me. So I am going to do the other brow and be right back. So that is basically it. Let me know if you guys have any questions whatsoever. I will definitely get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, let me know if this was helpful or you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys next time. Bye!